Hello, 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 and welcome to Women's Wisdom Wednesdays, where we come together every Wednesday to empower women just like you, foster connections, and thrive on our journey of surviving womanhood. I'm Casey Conrad, well-being specialist and whole life coach. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. Her name is Ghita, and she has an incredible story to share. But before we introduce her, let's take a moment to address you, our amazing audience. We want to remind you to visit our website at www.survivingwomanhood.com, where you can find valuable resources, connect with other women, and stay updated on our upcoming episodes, retreats, webinars, and workshops. And we have a webinar coming up on April 24th. So please go to our website and click on webinars for the information. We want to encourage you to actively participate by asking questions, adding comments, and if you have a story to share, we would love to hear it. This is a safe space for us to learn and grow together. We'd also like to ask you to share your favorite Women's Wisdom Wednesdays episodes. You never know who out there might need to hear these inspiring stories. Now, let's meet Laura. Laura is a practitioner experienced in psychotherapy, coaching, hypnotherapy, art therapy, and systemic family constellation therapy. It's been a great journey for Laura, albeit not an easy one. Yet, with the support of those around her, her path has been transformed. Laura's experience offers a unique insight into our own lives, guiding us toward understanding and growth. And I just want to say that Laura has been a dear, dear friend and colleague of mine for Holy Moses. I think it's coming up on 8 years already.
Yes,
Yeah.
something like this.
Yes,
Abu
maybe
Dhabi
even a little bit longer. Yes.
Yeah. In Abu Dhabi, long time ago.
Yes, and we remain friends over all of these years and have done a lot of things together. So it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you here today.
I'm honored, Casey. Thank you very much, and I'm honored to be part of this journey together with you and the people, the women that are listening to us.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura. So let's get started. Oh, first, before we get started, I want you to tell everyone where you're coming from. Where are you now?
I'm Romanian. I'm in Romania. I'm in Bucharest right now. Yeah.
So it's so amazing to me, and I'm just going to take a second here because we have had women, wonderful, strong women on our podcast from all over the world, from Egypt, Romania, the Emirates, from Thailand, from Italy, and I know I'm leaving some from the UK. We are just so blessed from the US that we can reach out globally to women and to be able to have an impact on them and inspire them to have a better life, more understanding of the life that they're living. And I'm just really blessed and grateful that we can do that. Yes. So thank you again, Laura.
Thank you.
So can you share some of the challenges you've encountered during your life's journey and how you've managed to move through your concerns and challenges to find that transformation that so many seek?
Yeah, I have to confess that I don't really know where to start because, there is a beginning always. And I think the beginning is literally our coming into this earth. So yes, my journey was not easy, but through my profession, I heard much more, how do you say, powerful and painful journeys. So I was a very quiet and shy, and I used to withdraw when I was a child and when I was a young woman, because I came in a family where we encounter a lot of aggression. And yes, it was not easy, but it shaped me and it gave me, on one hand, this withdrawing inside of me, this magical thinking and daydreaming way of living, this shyness, and I was not talking. I used to say to myself that I'm a good listener, but I was not a good listener. Of course, I was just too shy to talk about things that were discussing in one moment in a group or something like this. So I lived like this for a while, for many years, for many years. I finished an economic faculty, university, but I was blessed. What I want to say, and I think though I would love to that women will remain with this. We are in the right place in the right time. Nothing from our life is not the place, is not the time, is not the right place for us, not the right time. Even if it's not easy, it will become easier if we remember this. Every time when we are in a place where we don't like, remember that we are in the right place for our growth, for our evolving, for our developing. So I finished this university, and of course I didn't like economics, accountability, and things like this. But God, God was very good with me. He placed me. I don't know how. I know how. I know the steps. But He placed me. He helped me to take these steps in human resources, which I loved. I like it very much there. Of course, it was not the whole job that I've done was a pleasant job, because with usual databases and computer stuff, it is all day long. It is not easy. But then I had a part of my job that I really loved and really put me in contact with the path that I had to follow in my life, because it was about the selection of personnel, the interviews, connected with people, talking, doing, participating in job analysis with teams that were coming from outside the company, and things like this. So in one moment, I've been to a training for selection, personal selection, employment selection. And that training was held by a psychologist. And I said, oh my God, I didn't know that this exists in this world. So from that moment, I started to be interested in psychology. And it took me 2 years to decide to go again to study, because in that moment I had the 40 something. My daughter was in the high school. She was the next to go to the university, not me. So it took me 2 years in order to decide to go there. And thanks to my husband, in that moment, he told me, in one moment I said, okay, I am going to study a master in human resources. And he said, okay, don't go to the master in human resources. Go to the psychology that you want to go from 2 years, and that will help you more. Because, yeah, I didn't dare to. He was not very happy with me to go to study again in the beginning, and then after 2 years he said, okay, go there, because it's enough time, it's time to go.
Yeah,
So
because you still wanted to, right? Because after 2 years, you still wanted to do it.
yeah.
It wasn't just something that was on a whim,
Yes.
right?
And I want to say that in that moment, everything started to open for me, like the registration, the documentation that I had to prepare for the registration, the interview, all the years of learning. Everything was so smooth and so easy for me, even if I had 40 something years and I was working. Of course, it was not like a piece of cake. Of course, I had to do a lot of effort. Of course, I fight with my boss, because I had to go from time to time for exams. Of course, there were a lot of things, but when you are on your path, it's like the entire universe is rearranging things in order to help you.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
was
agree,
not easy.
100%.
It was not easy. I have to admit this, but it was not hard. Even if I had moments when I considered in that time that is hard for me, coming back from this place, I realized it was not hard. It was just that how do you say, we are used, I don't know, this system, the way we took the programs and the patterns from our environment and our
right,
parents.
our conditioning and our programming.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We are used to say, oh, this is hard again. I don't like this, I don't like that. To victimize ourselves, mainly if we are coming from a place where it was not easy as a child. We know very well the victim place, and it's not easy to go out from that place. But going back and remembering the path that I have, I realized it was maybe hard for that moment, but it was doable. You know what I mean? Yeah. And yeah, and then and then with hypnotherapy training, I arrived to family constellation therapy, which from the first encounter, I said, okay, what is this? This is something so powerful and so different and so deepening the whole being that you are, that I have to do it more.
So I want to jump in here, because this family constellation therapy, now lots of people are hearing about it, are joining in, they're taking part, and a lot more people are learning how to facilitate these constellations. But I want you to tell all of us when it was that you actually began presenting and facilitating constellations?
I started Constellation in 2007, and in 2011 I already had in parallel 2 trainings with 2 different teachers. One was from UK, Barbara Morgan, and the other one was from Germany, Cornelia Nicola. And yes, I started to facilitate in 2011. And then from that point, I was following this path with workshops, with master classes, with Stefan Hausner, also from Germany. I already have this with him, I think four encounters already. With Bean Manley from US, Bertold, I don't remember the other name, from Germany also. And also, it is a very powerful work. You have, as a facilitator, it's mandatory to already work your issues. How can I say it? The training, the natural training, the training that will put you on the path of as a facilitator is 2 years, with enough time between modules in order for you to integrate the work that you done and all the knowledge that you and the wisdom that you encounter. If you need a trainer, for sure you will find in US. There are a lot of great trainers in US, and look for them, and look for the oldest one, for the one that started from the beginning, that they have already 30 or more than 30, maybe 40 years of experience since they started. Because you are blessed in US, a lot of them are there. A lot of the how can I say, the pearls of the constellations.
Yes.
Can work. So you can find in US this kind of people to train you, and also they are giving workshops in order for you to go and work your own. And also when you go to a younger facilitator, because it is in Romania also this, go to a younger facilitator. If you are younger, go to a younger facilitator. They have to learn, they have to work, but also verify what kind of training they had, to whom they are trained, what they learned. And because you cannot expect that somebody that took I don't know, two weeks or 1 month of training to facilitate in a proper way.
Yes.
And also there are people, and I know in Romania, and maybe it's happening in US, I don't know, but I know in Romania there are people that are that they had other kind of trainings, and also after 2 or 3 workshops, participating in an workshop, they are starting to facilitate, saying to themselves that it's easy. It might seems to be easy, but you have to have the presence. You have to have the awareness. You have to be able to connect with the client, with the group, and with the whole field in order to feel the field and to follow the guidance of the field, because this is the most important thing in this work. We are not doing what we want to do. We are not doing what the client want to do. We are not doing, maybe we follow the guidance and the need of the family system, the system of the family of the client, but in the end, we are following the field.
So Laura, what I want to ask you, because there might be a number of folks listening now who don't really know much about constellation therapy, and you have a beautiful way of explaining it. So can you just give us a brief explanation of what that family constellation actually is?
So I will start because I had to explain it in Dubai and
Yeah.
and Abu Dhabi, and I had to go to the mind because even if I will explain you, you will not be able, will be able to understand with your mind, but you will not be able to feel the power of this work until you will experience it. But still, I will explain it. We are all living in this huge field of energy, information, energy, different kind of frequencies. And the quantum physics is saying that this field is energy, interconnected, interrelated. Whatever energy is moving is influencing the other energy. So being here, all of us together, influencing one another, connecting to one another, that means that we can explore this field. Because with our mind, with our perceptions, we can have only, I don't know, this amount of this reality to understand and to perceive. What we do in constellation is that we take out from the unconscious mind, from the deeper or unseen part of this huge field, and places in our 3D reality in order to be filled with the body, seen with the eyes. We receive information. Our emotions are starting to move. We literally, intentionally and consciously tap into this field and explore. This is what we do. The work is how I will explain how we do this work. But first of all, I want to tell you and the people that are listening that there is on Netflix Turkish movie. The name is Another Self. That during the movie they present in a very romantic way. I don't know how to say it. A constellation workshop, and you will find there some ways of working of this work of constellation. But how we work? Good. We can work private, and also we can work in group, but private. I worked private until this year. Last year, in the end, approaching the end of the year, I decided not to work private anymore because I didn't have time, but also because the power of the group, it's much more powerful. We sustain one another. We hold one another. The space that we are creating in a group is quite different than the space and the field that is creating between two people. And we have to remember that we are living times when we have to be together, sustain one another, and share together. So in a group,
I'm sorry, Laura, I want to ask the question, because I've been privileged to join a couple of the groups. How many people can be in a group?
There are people that are working with many people. We can start, and if you are a new facilitator, it is good to start with 7, 8, 9, 10 people. but you can work also, and in my experience, I worked with 2 or 3 people in a group, but it's not easy to work with 3 people in a group. Yeah, you have to have a lot of experience in order to know how to work with just with 3 people in a group. But we can start with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. We can go to 40 people. The teachers that I work with, they are starting lately. They are starting lately to work with 40 something people.
Wow.
Bert Hellinger, which is the father of this, is considered to be the father of this work. He was working with 200 people, but he was Bert Hellinger. He was like Erickson in the hypnotherapy area,
Those,
or some other kind of geniuses in other kind of therapies. So he was a very connected, very contained. He was very powerful. We cannot. I don't dare, and it's not about me, but it's about other people that are more experienced than me, and they are saying I'm not Bert Hellinger, yeah. But
yeah.
still, after the pandemic, as I discussed with you previous, we all needed maybe some more help and some more deepening to the core of our needs and our wounds, and also the fact that this movie came out made a lot of people to come out and to reach to this work. And the way we are working. Yeah.
I want to just say, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but I just want to say in a very simple way for people who might have an idea about what constellation therapy is, but I just want to add something simple, and you can correct this and fill it in the way that you feel is necessary. The constellation therapy is basically what we want to do is heal the wounds from trauma from our ancestors. Yeah, like the energy from trauma from generations before us are affecting us now because it becomes genetic, right?
Yeah.
It becomes cellular. When we have trauma, especially a major trauma, but even the smallest ones become cellular at some level. And then we pass those traumatized genes onto our children. And so you fill in the blanks of that for me, please.
Yes. The important thing is to know that, and Bert Hellinger said this many times, we are not, the aim of this work is not to heal, but to bring back whatever was taking out of the unity, everything that belongs, but is not anymore in the unity of the family or in the unity of the organization. Or there are a lot of all the aspects of our lives are systemic. This life on earth is systemic, and being systemic, we can work with everything. So yes, you are right, the trauma is cellular, is also in our DNA, and the epigenetic studies, they are saying that the gene is covered, has a cover that is full of information, is like a program or a database with information regarding our ancestor experiences. And so this cover has the job to activate the gene, or to say the gene, you are acting now or you are not acting. So it's very important. But what I want people to know is that in this cover, in our genes, we don't have only the traumas, We don't have only the hard, the painful experiences. We have their knowledge, the skills, the way they learn to overcome, to survive, to overcome the blockages, the hard experience, to survive, the wisdom. Also, we have their gifts like painting, singing, dancing, everything that they did. And we don't know, because I don't know what was the gift of my grandmother or my great grandmother, but I have it inside of me. And maybe there are people that are pulled or pushed to a certain area of art or something, and they don't know, and they are saying, okay, I don't have skills, I don't have this gift, but maybe you have this gift, because we don't know how many. Maybe but I don't know if I can share my screen.
We can
with
put it, share it on the Facebook page.
Okay,
So,
okay.
because we'll
after
give people, we'll
after
give
the
people information about how they can contact you, and any information about constellation therapy that you think can be shared, we
Mhm.
can share it right into the Facebook page underneath the video.
Yeah,
And
I
that would
wanted
be
to
great.
share with the people, but I didn't thought of this before, prior to our. It's like two wings behind us, our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents, and there are the arrangement of this generational behind us, generation after generation behind us, are looking like two wings. Is a shamanic image that one of my teacher brought from her shamanic training, and it is an image. If you close your eyes and to think about how they are behind us, it is a very empowering, because through all these people, life came to us, and they did everything they could do to survive and pass life on. So another thing that I want to point out is that they didn't pass on the trauma to us. A lot of people are coming very angry with their parents and are saying, I don't want to know about them. They give me this, and they behave like this. And it took me a lot of work to understand why happened what happens in my family, and why it happens, like why my life was as it was. But it took a lot of personal work. But the reason we have certain types of patterns and the programming and behaviors is because of us as children want to help our parents unconsciously, in order for us to be sure that they will be able to help us to survive. So in the beginning, we don't have the structured mind to understand what is happening, but we have the feelings. We know that they are traumatized, they are not in peace. And then, oh, I have to do everything. I have to help them because it's too heavy for them. I have to help them in order for them to survive and help me to survive, because we are depending on our parents. So things are, how can I say, are not easy to explain, but they are easy in life. when we look back, we are thinking, oh, it was easy, and I couldn't be able to understand how easy it was at that moment, how simple, not easy. It was not easy. How simple, if we took the experience in a simple way, if we look in a simple way at them, it's different. It's not easy because we are humans and we have our emotions, we have our thoughts, we have our programming. But and why I love this work so much also is because somehow working in as a even if you are coming to the workshop to work one of your issues or to participate, or even if you are learning this, somehow in this field, being united, this work is forcing us to become aware, to stay present, to put our attention and our awareness to our body, because we need to come back to understanding the messages of this body. This body is our vessel, our without this body we cannot function in this world. So we lost this the connection is still there, but we lost the ability to understand the messages of the body, what this body needs, what are my emotions. If we are asking people, what do you feel now? People are starting to explain things that they are in their mind.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand and don't know how they are feel or where they are feeling. So this work is forcing you to remember the way we are functioning long time ago when we are. Yeah, it's a great work, a powerful work.
That's beautiful. I just want to take a moment to invite our viewers to actively engage by leaving comments, sharing experience, and asking any questions that you would like answered of Laura. And as soon as we are finished, we will get to your questions, and we will also again post some information about Constellation Therapy and Laura's contact information. So Laura, I want to ask you, what kind of advice might you have for people who are looking for this kind of therapy? And what kind of people, what kind of clients could really use this constellation therapy to help them get to the other side of their challenges?
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you. if I say,
I know you want to say everybody.
yes, if I say everybody can go to a constellation, the you know that the advices that we are providing are the ones that we need. But as a facilitator and a trainer in Constellation, I will advise you to look for the people you are going to work, to find out, as I said before, where they been trained, how long was the training, to whom they study, and then to find out if you can connect with the people that you are going to work, because maybe you don't resonate to one another. We are as a psychologist and psychotherapist, as a facilitator, I was trained to say to my clients, okay, it doesn't work in between. You need 2, 3, maybe 4 session in order to realize this. But after 4 session, you know if it is a compatibility between you and your client. And I do this, and I say to my client, I refer my colleagues to my clients in order to be sure that they can get the best that they can get. But not everybody is doing this. So allow yourself to feel if you are compatible or if you are resonating with trainer or facilitator or with a psychotherapist that you are working with. And then you can go with any issue, even if it's professional or personal. But also, I want you to know that even if it is a professional issue, it will start, it is connected with the personal issue.
Right.
So, and I want to point this and underline this also. The most important relationship that we have is with ourselves, but we cannot arrive to soften this relationship uh, if we are not uh, going first to work with the relationship that we have with our mother and our father, with our parents. And this is the most important work that you, all of you should done, starting with your parents. Doesn't matter the therapy that you are starting with, but do this first. And also, I want to advise also the people, because I've been there. I started my path, the searching, the working inner working path in 1995, at the beginning of 1995, and I've been in that place where I disappear in light, and it's so nice up there. I have to love everybody. I have to forgive everybody. I've been there, and I know that this is not the path. This is another way of running away from the pain. The only way that we can transform and we can evolve and we can grow is to look at our pain, our fears, our anger, our everything that we don't, to look at our shadow, as Jung was saying.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, this is, and for the women, I would love to tell them that the way we need to, we were always together as women. It was easier for us than for men. We get together for a coffee, for friendship, for complaining to one another. But now it's different. We really need to get together, not to complain, but to share the pain that we have, and to not to give advices on to, or to say, okay, women, it will pass on. This will pass on. Also, you are a powerful woman. I would love to delete this from our I don't know, vocabulary. You are a powerful woman, because it's not about the powerful women. It's about that we had to do certain things in certain times in our lives. So to share with one another, and to sustain and to keep the space for the one that is crying, not to tell her, okay, leave it, you are going to, this will pass, you are powerful. No, just to let her and keep her in order,
space.
because we need in her that space to contain her with her pain.
To allow the space for people, for women to feel what they feel.
Yes, this is the way to heal ourselves. Yeah, this is the way to bring balance inside and between us and in our relationships.
And that brings me perfectly into the next question. How has your journey impacted your perspective on life and the importance of self-care? And what are some things that you do for your own self-care?
Yeah, you made me to remember a lot of things from our journey, from my journey, and also from our journey.
Yeah.
I told you earlier that I used to be very quiet, not too talkative. You see how I am now.
Yeah.
You could barely stop me. So I was also a part that very shy. I was a pleaser. I did everything in order to make everybody to feel good. If you asked me a long time ago, what do you want to do? We go to a party or we go to a movie. What movie do you want to see? We go to a restaurant. What do you want to drink or something? Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything, it's fine for me. I can adapt to everything, to everybody. Yeah, it was like this for me. But it was like this, Casey, because I even didn't know what I want, what I like. I was so lost. I think I was lost. I was so, I remember one constellation that I did with my trainer, Barbara Morgan. She came very close to me and she was arm to arm touch, put her arm very close to my arm, touching me. And she was a little bit pushing me. And she asked me if I feel her body and or if I feel my body. And I didn't. So I was such in an unconscious need to survive and to please other, then I was in that place where I was dissolving myself in other people. Yeah. So I was identified with my mother, and I was it was like everybody that is coming into my world, and I like a little bit or more, and I feel a little bit safe with that person, I become I allow myself to become similar with that person.
So how did you stop that? How did you grow out of that?
I don't know, through a lot of work, through a lot of crying, through a lot of work, to finding the right people to work with, to different kind of personal psychotherapy, and also working a lot in constellation and hypnotherapy also. A lot of work. It's not, I have to say this for you out there, that is not an easy path, and is not a short path. The path of becoming who we really are, I think it's ending in the moment we are living this earth, this lifetime.
Right.
But as we getting older, we realize that as much as we work now in this moment, it will be easier for us next year and the other ones that are coming. So
Beautiful.
it's necessary, and a method that is very important. And I think I find it's not too much. We are not speaking too much about this, and we were used to do something else. Like, I feel angry. I feel anger in this moment because I don't know, somebody with the car did something, and we are breathing, we are doing things, and then we are leaving this anger, trying to take out of our bodies, our environment, this anger. But what if you are staying, or your partner is doing something and you are angry? Why you are not saying, in this moment, I feel anger. It's not about you, because it's not about the other person. My life, it's about me. Your
Right.
life, it's about you.
This
So it's
is
not
emotional
about you.
intelligence, right? Identifying our feelings and being able to express it in a way that is not like waving over.
Yes, and
In a matter-of-fact way, to be
yes,
able to
yes,
share,
yes,
identify and share that feeling in the
yes.
moment.
Not to hurt the other ones, and ask them, please allow myself to deal with my anger now, and just deal with your anger. You can say, look, in this moment, I'm in a meeting. I cannot deal with you. I feel you here. I feel you. I hear you. In this moment, I'm in a meeting. I promise you, tonight, 7 o'clock, when I'll be home, I will talk with you. Because it's about us and parts of us, yeah, that had something experiences, and these experiences made this part to come out again and again. And
Yes.
yeah, and this is a very easy way to talk with your parts and to talk with your feelings, and then negotiate with your feelings. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So this has been amazing. We'll have to have you come back and we can explore some more of these things because they're very important, especially this emotional intelligence part, being able to identify your feelings and be able to deal with them on your own terms instead of packing them away and then just exploding all over someone at some
Yeah.
point who may not deserve it,
Yes.
and which no one deserves that ever, right?
Yeah.
But to do that for ourselves, that's a huge part of self-care, to be able to deal with your own emotions, to understand them and be able to express them in a way that is helpful to you.
And then search for help outside, to a professional, to
Yes.
something, to somebody that knows what the right therapy is for you in that moment, not to friends, because friends are very dear to us and they want to help us, but they don't have the
Yes.
the tools to help us.
And sometimes help isn't help.
And sometimes help isn't help, is just postponing the moving forward.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Let's take a moment, everyone, to appreciate Laura for sharing her inspiring story with us, talking to us about constellation therapy, making it a little more clear. And we appreciate you so much. Your strength and resilience are truly remarkable. I am so blessed to have been part of your journey and to have you as part of mine. And with all of the blessings in the world, it will continue.
Thank you,
And
Casey. Thank you to everyone that is listening to us.
thank you. And I want to invite all of our viewers or listeners to share their own stories, suggest future topics or guests, and actively engage with the surviving womanhood community. And please remember to mark your calendar and join us for our next Women's Wisdom Wednesdays episode on March 20th, when we'll have the privilege of hosting a remarkable guest, Catherine Cunningham, who'll be sharing her inspiring story. Laura, your journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of determination.
Thank you
So
very much.
before we wrap up, I want to once again extend our thanks and gratitude to you for your wonderful knowledge. We're going to put your information in the comments, your beautiful image. I know which one you're talking about. It's beautiful. I really want to share it with our audience. And anything else about constellation therapy that people can research, look and see how really powerful of a tool that it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Your story is an inspiration to all of us.
Thank you so
And
much.
if you've been touched by Laura's story, or you have your own experiences that you'd like to share, please leave again a comment for us. We value your voice, and we want to create a community where we can all learn and grow together. And to catch up on any of the Women's Wisdom Wednesdays episode that you might have missed, please visit our website at www.survivingwomanhood.com and click on podcasts. Together, let's face every challenge, rise above adversity, and support one another on our journey of surviving womanhood. See you next time. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Casey.